so glad, so happy, you know, to have you on the show. You don't know how much I am.
We better be giving them our heart to be worthy of their life. The great thing about technology is that you can be in a different country. I'm here in Los Angeles, and with technology, we're able to connect, and that's brilliant. That is so. We are so lucky at this time that we can do that. You know, the challenge, I think, is that so many people, at sometimes myself included, we get addicted, literally addicted, to this little device, right? And so many times, you know. With my family members, we'll have a conversation, and then they start looking at their phone and doing these things. Right. And I don't want to be like that. You know, if I'm with you, I try. I mean, of course, there are situations where you have to multitask. Of course, we know that. But when possible, like right now, I want to focus on you. I want to be here with Jean-Ali. I want to be present with you, because then if I can be present right now, that means later I can have a really good memory because I was really with you. Yeah, that's it. You know? Yeah. And that's simple as that. Yeah. Because if I'm doing this, you know, if I'm doing all these things at the same time, and then you cannot focus. You can't focus. And then when I lay down at bed, and for whatever reason in my life, I've always just organically debriefed myself every single day. I can't help it. I lay down and I go through my life, my day. What went well? What didn't go well? What did I say? Oh, I did that silly mistake again. I do that all my life. And so when I'm present with somebody or with a situation, I have a better chance of being better. And then when I think about it, it's actually a clear memory. And think about this. In life, what really lasts besides relationships and memories and moments? And you only have these great moments if you have great focus and presence, I think. You know? No, that's a good thing, because especially, you know, like the devices like we use right now, you're in Los Angeles, I'm in France, but we can have this connection, you know, this real conversation, and we use in the right way, you know what I mean? So I totally understand, totally agree with what you said. Okay. Yeah. So I brought that up because when you were saying going up to the mountains, that is one of the ways I refill. When I was younger, I used to surf a lot. And surfing is also with nature. You can't have, I mean, I suppose now you can't have waterproof devices, but when I was surfing, we didn't have those things. So that refilled me, that made me focus, that gave me peace and quiet, time to think in with nature. And now with going on locations and working, I go to the mountains, because just like a wave, unless you are doing toe-in surfing, unless you're doing that, you don't catch a wave unless you earn the wave. You have to paddle in and paddle out. And with mountains, it's the same thing. Unless you use a e-motorbike or something like that for hiking, unless you use your own legs and your breath, you don't get up high. I like going up high. I like the quiet. I love listening to the birds. I like making friends with birds and animals. I like the fact that I need to use my body and my breath to go up. It's just like with acting. You use your body and your breath, you know, so it refills me. It is good for me in so many different ways with the spirit and to clear the mind, you know, so for me, I try to go up as much as possible. And if I can't go to the mountains for whatever reason, at least I do my yoga or I walk or I work out. But for me, I need something every day because if I don't release tensions and refill, I go crazy.
Yeah.
I go crazy.
Right.
Can you imagine, Jean-Ali, just imagine for a second, if I didn't go do that, do you know how crazy I would be bouncing on this ball? It would be tragic. It would be, you would be talking to me and I would be like this the whole time. So you see, I'm doing you a favor, right?
No, it's like renewing our tools, you know, and I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
That's exactly it.
Mark, I have a co-host with me in the room, and he's also a fan. And he has some questions for you. I would like to invite him right now.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Merej.
Merej.
Yes, he's with us.
Yeah. Merej, salut.
Salut. Bonjour Marc. Je suis très heureux de vous rencontrer aujourd'hui.
Pour moi aussi, merci.
Vous parlez très bien français, mais...
No. Okay, so I can understand some. Yes, I can speak some, but...
Je me rappelle très bien vos répliques dans le Pacte des loups.
Merci beaucoup.
Vous dites à un moment, des gens sont morts ici.
Merci. So I would love, you know, if we see each other again, I will try to practice a little bit so that I can speak some français next time. But unless I do something in France, most of my friends, they want to practice their English, or we're working in a different show and it's a different language. So I don't have a lot of chance to practice, but I love your language. I love hearing it. And I understand, yes, but for the sake of your listeners and our time, we should stay in English, if it's okay with you.
Bien sûr.
It's okay.
En fait, je vais vous poser les questions en français et John Ali va les traduire si ça vous va, Marc.
Yeah, I'm going to do the translation for him. Yeah.
Alors, déjà, je suis très content, très honoré d'être ici, invité par John Ali, de vous rencontrer, de vous parler. Voilà, je suis très fan de ce que vous avez accompli tout au long de votre carrière.
Merci.
Et je voulais juste revenir sur quelque chose. Vous avez travaillé avec David Wu, en fait, qui est le monteur de John Woo, qui travaille sur Crime Freeman et sur le Pacte des loups.
Oui.
Et pour moi, j'ai l'impression que ce sont vraiment surtout le Pacte des loups, le film où vos chorégraphies de combat sont vraiment les mieux filmées, où vous êtes le plus mis en valeur. Est-ce que vous êtes d'accord avec ça, ou est-ce que vous pensez que c'est un autre film qui vous met quel est le film qui vous met le plus en valeur, à votre avis, je veux dire, cinématographiquement parlant?
You know, I agree with that in a way that, yes, I too like it very, very much. But you know, this is the thing. There are so many different styles of choreography, and that's why, you know, to say the best, I can't say the best because the context of the fight, right? Okay. The style of the fight for me needs to, or should, for me, match the context and the story. And so imagine, I also love the choreography of Crying Freeman, and I love the choreography of Drive, and of Only the Strong. But imagine we try to do Only the Strong choreography and editing in the Pacte des Loups. It doesn't work. It's different, right? Yeah. Or if we do it, if we did the Drive choreography and fighting in the Pacte des Loups, it doesn't work. You know, so for me, it's difficult for me to say the best. We would have to put movies in that are similar, and then from that I could choose. But I do appreciate and respect, you know, if how you say marriage?
Yes.
If marriage, you know, if you feel like of my movies that is the best choreography, I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for even watching what I do. But for me to say that for the best, you know, I have, there's so many elements as the actor being a part of it and telling the story and changing the physicality for the film. I don't know if I can say the best because each one is so different for me.
But we're going to ask Christophe a third movie.
Yes. And then of the three, you can say which one is the best.
Vas-y, Merech, tu veux poser ta deuxième question?
Alors, merci beaucoup pour cette réponse, effectivement. Donc, la deuxième question, c'est celle-ci. Vous êtes un des rares acteurs spécialisés en arts martiaux à avoir une carrière aussi longue. Et je voulais savoir quels ont été les pièges à éviter, déjà. Et que donnerait comme conseil le Mark Dacascos d'aujourd'hui à celui d'hier?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like I said, again, you're one of the few, you know, actors, you know, martial artists, you know, and especially with the longest, you know, career ever.
And generally, was he asking me what the difference is from what I am now and what I was before?
Yeah, a little bit like this, but yeah. And what trap you had to avoid in your way, you know, as an actor, and what advices the Mark Dacascos today would give to the young Mark Dacascos, you know?
That is a question fantastique. I love it. I love it.
Bah, tant mieux.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Okay, that's a great one, and I have had to ask myself that because, yes, I've had a lot of action and martial arts, and I'm talking professionally right now. I've had a lot of action and martial arts in my career. However, yes, I love action and I love martial arts, but in my heart, I always knew if I wanted to become the artist, actor that I felt I had in my heart, of course I had to do more than action and martial arts. Of course I had to study Shakespeare. Of course I had to read plays and learn classical literature and find for me the teachers that I felt could help me go to where I wanted to go. So maybe if I would have just stayed with action movies and martial arts, maybe I would still have a career. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I think for me, with my energy and who I am, I think it was absolutely necessary for me to do the things I did. Larry Moss, Howard Fine, Gary Austin, Patsy Rodenberg, in addition to studying different martial arts and to continue practicing, all that was necessary for me to even have the honor and the joy of talking with you two right now. Because I think if I did not do that, there's a good chance I would have just faded away, sad and in despair of not having a longer career or doing the things that I wanted to do. Because, you know, as a human being, I think we're very resourceful. We humans are very resourceful. How do we get the most out of life with doing the least amount of work? I think that's human nature, right? And it's survival, because I think you can look at it in a lot of different ways. It's efficient, right? Just on a physical level, you want to eat as much as you can and burn the least amount of calories in getting your prey or your food. And if you translate that to modern days, we want to make the most amount of money with the least amount of work, right? That's humans. Okay. So I have to say, maybe I'm a little weird. I like hard work. I like hard work. And maybe that's because my mother, Malia, she's my second mom, my stepmom, Malia Bernal Dacascos. She raised me with my father. And she has always been a hard worker. Jonali Nerej, she is 80 years old right now, right? My mother, 80 years old. She still runs 5 to 6 days a week. She teaches martial arts still. She teaches water aerobics in a bikini at 80 years old, right? Ma mère, oh la la, right? And when she was raising us, we grew up in Germany, in Hamburg, Germany. Before I went to school, because my father and mother put me on the senior fighting team when I was 16 years old, 16 or 17. But because I was fighting on their team, because she knew that I was smaller than most of the people I would be fighting, she had me running every day before going to school. We lived by a forest. So at 4:30, 5 o'clock, she would wake me up, run with me in the forest every day. Then I went to school. And then I trained another 3 or 4 hours every day. So I'm not afraid of hard work. And I do believe that if you want to get good at anything, you have to work hard. It's okay. It's okay if you don't. If you want to be okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. And I wish, very often, sometimes I wish I could do that. But I think my mom beat hard work into me because I look at people that have a nice life. And I say that with all sincerity. They have a nice life. They do their work. Maybe they exercise a little bit. Nice family or nice whatever their situation is, and they're happy. And really, there's something to be said about that, because in the end, besides having purpose and helping other people, shouldn't we just be happy? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what can I add? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's all about it. Happiness, you know. Yeah, the pursuit of happiness. I love it.
Yeah, you know, and I think, you know, you're lucky. And Merej, I don't know if you are. I don't know about you yet, but I'd like to learn about you. But in terms of me, I'm an artist, an actor, and I love what I do. I love what I do. So the hard work, oddly enough, makes me happy. It makes me happy.
C'est le plus important. C'est-à-dire que surtout quand on aime son travail, travailler beaucoup, c'est même plutôt un plaisir. Je suis d'accord.
Yeah, well, yeah. When we love our job so much, it's just a pleasure to work that much.
That's it. That's it. So I think one of the secrets is, you know, to find work that you love. And if you can make a living off of it, if you can make money off of it, then that's perfect. If you can't find work that you love, find a hobby or a sport or an art that you love, and then the work that you do to make money that you maybe don't love will help you do the things you do love when you can. You know, maybe.
Je vous remercie beaucoup, Marc, pour cette réponse très, très émouvante. Du coup, c'est assez impressionnant avec votre maman, toute l'histoire. Et du coup, la fin de ma question, parce qu'elle était un peu truquée, elle était en 2 parties. Je voulais savoir, est-ce que le Mark Dacascos d'hier, le jeune Mark Dacascos, pourrait donner quelques conseils au Mark Dacascos que vous êtes aujourd'hui?
He said what he did. What I'm doing is exactly what I told myself. My mom, this is the thing. My mom told me, in life, nobody is really going to give you anything. Mm-hmm. Nobody. You have to work for it. Mm-hmm. So what I lived is what my mom told me and what I told myself. You know, I think it's important. If we want people to take us seriously, if we want to have any sort of gravitas, I think if we expect people to look at us and say, hey, Jean-Ali or Merej has integrity, we have to walk our words. If we say something, we have to mean it. If we mean something, then we say it. I think.
Très beau, très belle réponse, j'adore.
Thank you.
Et enfin la dernière question. Alors celle-là, elle est plus pour moi en tant que, comment dire, que fan de films d'action. Mais c'est pas forcément un film d'action d'ailleurs. Hein. Quel a été, selon vous, votre tournage le plus dangereux? Celui où vous avez vraiment pris un risque, peut-être des risques pour votre vie, pour votre sécurité, je sais pas, vraiment, ou alors parce que c'était très compliqué, très difficile. C'est quoi le tournage le plus dangereux, le plus éprouvant auquel vous avez participé?
Merej, are you talking about physical danger, or just as an artist, my work, or anything, everything?
Everything.
You know, that is a very deep and complicated question, but I think I have an easy answer, and it's just organic and natural. Every show I work on, it feels like it's another step. And therefore, every show I'm working on, doesn't matter what it is. You know, I've been working as an actor for many years. I study, I try to do my best. So it feels to me like everything I'm doing right now, that is the most important. Because I tell myself, okay, maybe I'm only working on this show for 2 weeks, but I have all this experience and I'm training and learning, and I take pride at my hard work. I better be able to bring it. I better be able to bring it. Whatever that is, you know, and then that show gives me more experience. So I should be better. I should have learned something in the next one to bring to the next show and next one and next one. So every show feels like that. The sad part, but very human part, is that it doesn't always work like that. We're humans, and our personal lives feed into our work feeds into our work. A bad night of sleep or something you didn't eat well last night feeds into your work. And so oftentimes I go in with the best intentions, with preparation, and I have a horrible day and I still have to do my work. And those days are the ones that I'm usually most proud of, because things are crap. I feel like crap. People are mad at me. For whatever reason, I can't get a line. I hurt my leg, whatever it is, but I still do it the best I can.
Yeah. And
those are the days that I'm usually the happiest, with what I did, because for the most part, I'm able to do it. Sometimes, of course, things just go bad. And I tell myself, I should have known better. I do know better. And I still said that stupid thing. Or why did I feel that way? Why did I not do this? Why did I not do that? I know better. I'm too old to be this stupid. And yet I'm stupid. Pourquoi?
You're human. That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Merci beaucoup, Marc, pour vos réponses. Vous êtes très humble et c'est assez passionnant de vous écouter. Donc, je suis très touché par vos réponses. Merci beaucoup.
You're welcome.
He says thank you. I'm gonna put Merej in the room. He's gonna say bye-bye to you right now.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Merci beaucoup, Marc. Merci infiniment.
À tout de suite, Merej. Yeah, this always, you know, listening to you is so inspiring, you know, like you know, because like I said, I was emotional, you know, earlier because I always imagined, you know, like maybe one day I will meet you, you know, or talk to you when I was young. That, you know, there's a saying, you know, never meet your heroes, you know, but I don't like this, you know, this saying. I said, yeah, if you want to meet your heroes, meet them. If you want this, and if you are disappointed, that's it. That's life. But you have to, because if not, you will never know. You know. And I'm so glad, you know, to be able to talk to you today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to meet you.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy you got to talk with Casper Van Dien. He's a sweetheart, right?
Yeah, we had a talk for.
He's so funny, right?
My God, we had a talk with Casper like for an hour, and I had to say, Casper, I have to have a thing coming.
That is so Casper. Oh yes, he's lovely.
I love him. He's yeah, because you know I knew him since, you know, Starship Troopers, of course, you know, 1000 and everything.
Yes.
And be able to he's one of the kind, and he's and I know you two are buddy, right?
Yes, I love Casper as well. But yes, he will talk as long as you have time. He will talk, and he's funny and he's wise, you know.
He's amazing. He's amazing. A last question for you. One of my subscribers, you know, on the channel has a question for you. You know,
okay.
Because we are in a, you know, in the area of superhero right now.
Yes.
You know, do you see yourself, you know, maybe as a superhero, whatever is Marvel or DC Comics? Would you like to do it in some way?
You know, I love some of their stories. They have wonderful actors. Sure. I mean, my kids, especially my sons, love Marvel, and I do have a couple of those movies that I also very much love. So if there was ever an opportunity and it felt right and I could identify with a character, I would absolutely be open to it. Of course, I would be silly not to. I mean, it's a huge franchise.
Yeah,
really well written, and you know, of course, people like the action, but I would argue that people like the stories and the relationships as much as the action, and I certainly feel like that. I mean, the action is fine, all the spectacle, but I like the stories.
Of course,
I like the relationships of the characters.
The characters, you know.
Yeah. Yes. And so yes, I am a fan of the Marvel movies. Yes.
Mark, it's been an hour, and I was, you know, like, I'm so sorry because you give me a lot of times, and I didn't expect that in the first place, you know.
Jonali, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. So are you pulling like Casper? Casper wanted to keep talking and you cut him, and now you're cutting me?
Yeah.
Is that what this is? Is that what this is?
A double podcast.
A double cut.
Imagine to have you both on the same podcast.
Oh, no. You need 4 hours. For both of us, 4 hours.
If you ever come by in France, or if I go, because I was in Los Angeles in last April, it was great. I will let you know, and I would like to thank Florent, of course, for that.
Florent,
he's a great. We love you. He's a great friend. I love him.
Thank you, Jonali. Thank you, Florent.
Please stay the same. You are such a beautiful soul. I love you, man. You are such an inspiration. And I met today. I can say I met one of my heroes, and I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jonali, and best of luck. Work hard, okay?
Thank you. I will.
Aloha.
Aloha. Bye, man.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.